I woke up today, and today felt different. It felt hopeful. It felt exciting, fearful, and yet somehow I was just happy I woke up. And there's somebody who's listening who struggles every day simply with waking up, who struggles every day simply with getting out of bed, who struggles every day simply just wanting to be here. This message is for you. You matter. We need you more than you could ever know. We're asking you to stay. Reach out and get help. Contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988. That's all it is. 988. You know 911. Learn 988 and get help 24/7, 368 days. And I know there's only 365 and 367 on a leap year, but I want you to know that even past that, they are available for you. They are available for you. Reach out to BetterHelp. I don't get a single penny for promoting this, but I have used BetterHelp myself. I have personally used it, and I can tell you it is worth every penny of it. All you have to do is simply ask for it. If you know somebody who is struggling, you want to find a way to encourage them, then tell them to get help. Dial 988. Contact BetterHelp. Send a message that can not only be sent to somebody that you care about, but can be understood by those who do not understand it. And if for some strange reason, none of this makes sense to you, then reach out to me. I do my best to get back to every single person. I do my best to make myself available. But when I'm available, and I will be, I will go through this fight with you every step of the way. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make one you can live with. And stay. Because tomorrow needs you. Now let's talk some football. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Victory Monday. I'm feeling all kinds of excitement, energy, and ready to talk about what occurred less than 24 hours ago. Maybe it was 24 hours ago. It was 24 hours ago. I want you to know that I'm going to be in my bag today, people. I plan on being a little different. On Victory Monday, ain't much to be said. I originally was going to come on here and let the patty out. I originally said to myself, come on here, Luke. Let out the patty. That's what I said. But then it dawned on me. Never let others' opinions change the way you need to talk about the things you need to talk about. For today, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Lions beating the Commanders. That's right. We're going to address every single bit of it. So if you in here, hit that like button, okay? If you in here, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe, all right? I made this picture because I wanted you to understand that everything the light touches is our kingdom. And yesterday, September 18th, 2022, the Detroit Lions made the Washington Commanders their kingdom. All I could ask for was a victory. That's all you can ask for. I believe it was L. Davis, the late L. Davis, who said, just win, baby. And this is one of those moments where all you have to do is just win. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts. Get comfortable. Get your favorite food. Get your favorite meal. It is time for me to get active in talking about this Lions team and what they brought to the table. Let's get it, people. Welcome to the Field Review Podcast show. I had to change the intro up a little bit because I'm feeling that type of sexy. I'm feeling that type of day right now, people, because on Victory Monday, there is much to be talked about. And I'm telling you when I say this, that I'm excited to even do this. I don't even like starting shows late because it'd be so late. It's a football game that's coming on today at 7:15. So to the people who are here with me, thank you. Salute to you. Thank you. Okay. Didn't even realize it was a doubleheader today. Totally was just out of it. I purposely stayed away from all things Detroit Lions talk on purpose. I did. I wanted no parts of it. I was like, you know what? I'm staying away from it. I don't want any issues with it, right? And the reason I did that because I wanted to see what the Washington Commanders YouTubers were saying. And my God, they sounded like how we used to sound. They were belittled and baffled by the ideas of going for two. It was just so many things. The beatdown that was the first half. And I tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, that this game is going to be something that I don't think many of us want to admit. I don't think many of us want to talk about it. I don't think many of us want to bring it out. But there's some things in this game that I'm going to have to go ahead and eat crow on just for a game. I understand some people. You can eat crow for a moment. You don't got to do it all the time. Now, let me do something really quick because I always make sure I do this. I got to see who's in the building with me. We got my man's Lions Rumble. Chrome is in the building. Single Dads Club. What up, Doe? Detroit D is in the building. My man, Micro Mike is in the building. Shout out to the family people. Crimson Shadows in the building. Anthony's in the building. Mini DC5 is in the building. He changed his. I think you changed your names on me, bro. I think you changed your man, Manny, right? Manny DC5. That's how you say it. We got Sky Guy in the building. We got my man's. Let me go ahead and go down. Let me go down. We got my man Looney Tune in the building. We got Detroit Made Me. I love that name. Detroit Made Me in the building. Gavin Carson is in the building. Nine Drinks. James Willis, the artist, is in the building. D-Map Zune is in the building. The great one, Mike Jello. You Can Hate Me Now. Mackenzie's in the building. Lions Rumble, giving all type of love and appreciation. Rich Bean is in the building. Joseph Murdoch is in the building. One Funky Lions fan, Craig Bevins. Let's see. 82 Rio is in the building. Junior Gitta, I hope I said that right, is in the building. Tactical Puma's in the building. Steve-O is in the building. Juan W's in the building. Ghost Gunner is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still going to get patty because let me just tell you what some of the things I deal with on a regular basis with the fans in this team. If you dare make any objective, critical critique about anything on this team, people lose their cap. They do. They lose it, and they cannot help themselves. First things first, the Lions won a game from beginning to end. The Lions, I'm going to say it again. This is hard for some people to grasp. They act as if though I don't say these types of things, but the Lions won a game from beginning to the end. When's the last time you could say that? From the opening of the game to the close of the game, the Washington Commanders never once took the lead. And I know many of you were like me, all sitting up there like, oh, is this going to be a comeback and another loss? You were sitting there wondering. You were sitting there thinking about it. Right? This right here to me is where I look at games and I say, I need this more often. I need from beginning to the end for you to win the game. Period. I need 4 quarters. Not 1, not 2, not 3. I need 4 quarters of your foot on somebody's neck. The Lions, for once in a long time, forced another team to panic. And the craziest thing of it was, and I don't think people realize this, the Washington football team, who was once called the Washington Redskins, have a record of 35-15 before this game. They notoriously terrorized the Lions. But over the last 6 years, the Lions are 5-1 versus the Washington Commanders. And the one game they lost was on the road. They were literally, at this point, with the win yesterday, now 6-1 I'm sorry. 6-1 at home versus the Washington football team. This is how you win games. This is how you do it. You come out from the beginning, you say, you know what? You're not better than me. You're not going to come in here and dictate this game. Shout out to the fans who showed up. Another game where it was decked out in blue. Shout out to y'all. Shout out for showing up. You may have seen a few scattered Washington jerseys in there, but for the most part, it was a blue rush. Shout out to y'all. You made the noise. You made it known. The goods, the Lions. This blows my mind. This blows my mind. Here's some of the goods. The Lions held this team to 56 total yards and a half. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. Sit on that for a minute. Focus in on that for a minute. The Lions held a team to 56 yards for an entire half. Think about that. Think about 22-0 at halftime. And my only regret is we didn't score more. We didn't score more. That's my only regret. We should have clearly been up 68. we should have scored on every possession. I mean, it was that obvious that we were better than them. Talk about first downs in the first half. 2 for the Washington football team. How many? 2 compared to Detroit's 11. 2. This is what? The Lions. They ran 27 plays for 56 yards on 8 drives. That's a 2.1 average per play. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Here's another scary stat. They literally gave up 4 sacks in the first half. Good grief. We had an Aiden Hutchinson sighting. I told people that the Lions better win this game. They better win it by double digits. Do not let the score of 9-point win confuse you with what happened in that game. Every time I thought I was going to see a moment where the Lions couldn't do it, they responded in a positive way, the way I thought so. I was totally blown away by it. I'm thinking, oh, God, what are we going to do? And it's so crazy because the one play that stood out to me the most, which lets you know that they was letting the message be known that I'm better than you, is where DeAndre Swift gets a pass out the backfield, falls completely the fuck down, completely falls down, gets up, and completely makes everybody a non-freaking factor. This is how you win games. From beginning to end, you secure the lead. From beginning to end, you make them chase you from beginning to end. Here's another fun fact I ain't hear too many people talk about. The Lions made the Washington Commanders one-dimensional. They had to be the ones to pass the ball. They had to be the ones that was predictable in their play calling. Because the Lions showed up. They showed up and they hit them in the face. Or in the words of Dan Campbell, they took a kneecap. And even when they tried to knock us down to get us down to their height, we stood back up, ate the punch, and hit them again. This is how you win games. This is what it takes. DeAndre Swift hurt? No problem. 50-yard run. I want you to know I'm going to be here all day, is what he told him. Oh, we going to fill the box on him? Cool. Throw the ball over the top. Oh, you want to keep running all these little strange blitzes and jet sweep. This is how you respond to games. This is how you show up. That one game had enough great moments in it to create a highlight reel of its own. Another good thing, Aiden Hutchinson. 3 sacks, people. I'm going to say that again. 3 sacks. I mean, you've already heard it before. You've already been told that Aiden Hutchinson had 3 sacks, right? This ain't nothing new to you. You've heard this before, right? 3 sacks. He had 6 total tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 3 quarterback hits. You know the scary part of that? He wasn't the only one in on this. While we talk about how great Aiden Hutchinson was, we talk about how good that other parts of the game was in the first half. You know the thing that stood out to me the most? Yeah, and I don't think people was looking at this. Did anybody happen to notice how much Isaiah Buggs and Alim McNeil was destroying the middle of the pocket? Did anybody notice that? Did anybody notice how the middle of that damn entire offensive line collapsed under them 2 gentlemen? Did anybody see that? Did anybody happen to notice that every time they thought they can run it up the gut or they can get it off tackle, that these 2 big monsters said, in the Matambe, not in my house. That's what they did. The push up the middle was something unbelievable. Nobody talked about this. And I can't tell you if they did or not because I stayed away from it. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I didn't hear too many people talk about that. I read a lot of articles this morning. I didn't hear no talk about Alim McNeil. I didn't hear no talks about my guy out there in these streets. I didn't get that. But I can tell you this much. The Lions, from beginning to end, played a full game. Another good point. Another good thing. I just knew I was going to hear about this 4th down call. If the Lions would have lost, we went for it on 4th, take the points. You're at home. If you don't get it, they're pinned on the 1 or 2 yard line. Get over it. Why was that a good moment for me? Because it also forced them to panic further, in which the defense responded. They responded by getting a sack. What? To get the safety? We're just gonna put it on the defense. I don't like how y'all performed last week, defense. Show me something. Kudos to the coaches for challenging them. Kudos to them. Kudos to the coaches for telling them players to get her done. This game was not about coaching. This game was won on all the phases. Special teams, stellar. Offense, stellar. Defense, we'll talk about it. But for a half, stellar. And you know what it all came down to? It came down to attitude. Attitude versus effort. They were not pleased with themselves the previous week with the Eagles. They were not happy. They did not settle for that moral victory. They didn't just chill on that loins of that moral victory. What they did was they said, damn that, I'm better than who that was on the field. I'm better than that. And if I'm going to be better than that, I got to show it. I think I heard DeAndre Swift say something about if I wasn't hurt, there was no way they would have caught me on that long run. Pride. The same thing that we try to promote amongst this team as Lions do is pride. And they took it to heart. Good. Some more good things. Might jump right into it. Good things. Okuda. Let me eat this crow. Let me eat this crow. For 2 games, he showed up. For 2 games, he's been available. For 2 games, he's looked like a cornerback. I don't know who he worked out with. Kudos to that guy. I'm watching players very close for a reason to see progression, and this man has finally learned how to beat your ass at the line of scrimmage. Thank you, Okuda. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for finally using your hands in the sideline to force the issue. Thank you. Thank you for that. Right? These are things that I'm looking at. We already talked about Skip. We ain't gotta, Skip is Skip. But I can tell you right now, I had to go back and look at some games, some game film, and some of them holes, brother. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. Some of the holes that the running backs had to run through. If it's a female, you'd be disgusted. But because it's football, you're excited. They were as open as a open parking lot. It was open faster than a prostitute's leg for money. I mean, it was that open. They came with attitude, pride, moxie, and anything in between, with the simple fact of I want to be better than who I was versus the Eagles, and it showed up on every phase of the game. I was ecstatic. Another good. The constant adjustments from the coaching staff. They continue over and over to adjust their game plan. Over and over. I told you it's going to be that. You're going to they adjusted on everything. You're talking about people having issues. It's crazy to me. I put up polls, and I got people who get mad at me about these polls, but these polls go up because there's a method to my madness. I want to hear your opinions. And the fastest way to do that is through a poll. So every game, I'm going to be asking you to grade our rookies. You know what? Damn it, you don't miss. The grades have been about what I would give them. Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson, 3 sacks. Charles Harris, a sack. I think they might know Carson Wentz better than him as much as they was putting hands on that man. The game from beginning to end is all I ask for the Lions to be. That's it. I didn't ask for anything else. It just is what it is. Another thing that jumped out to me that was good. I'm trying to hit on a few of these things before I get into the bad, because y'all act like y'all don't hear me when I talk about the bad. I mean, about the good, y'all only hear the bad. Let me just tell you. I'm trying to make sure I don't do this. The Lions finally discovered blitzing. I mean, I had a tear in my eye. I had a tear in my eye at the level to which they were blitzing. Okay? Will Harris had an interception, and I know it's a tip pass. I don't care. You still got to catch the ball. You still got to catch the ball. He caught it. Way to get turnovers. God, when's the last time we can say we got turnovers? Amon-Ra St. Brown setting records. Aiden Hutchinson setting records. We setting records. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. The Lions in 2 games have put up over 30 points. 35 in the first, 36 in the second game. The difference between the first game and this game was they did this one from the beginning to the end. This is how you win. This is how you get recognition. This is how you get the point of view for a good team. Y'all wonder why I sit here and say 7 wins ain't good enough. It's because I see a team that can do this. And before somebody start talking, oh, Luke, calm down. It's 1 win. Calm down. Understand something. In 2 games, they put up over 35 points. They put 35 or more in 2 games. So before we start downplaying stuff, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it $150 now. This game was pride-based. This game was about them beating and being better than themselves. This game was about sending a message that we're not the same old Lions. You had a hobbled running back out there causing havoc and had people worried. You got relief running backs coming in giving them hell. Your receiving core, well, we're going to talk about them some more. Everybody didn't understand why I lost my shit when we drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown and kept on saying he should be starting. Nobody heard that. They just think that Luke negative. Luke too critical. Luke's a winner. He want to win every damn game. I'm not rooting for it to take an L on no single game. That's what Luke is. He's a winner. He's a winner at life. He's a winner at heart. He wins. There is no such thing as a competition with anybody else. Luke competes with himself. You know why? Because that's what winners do. And the Lions came out and did just that. This is what it's about. All right? Now, before I get into the bed, let me cue it up. Let me cue it up. Before I get into the bed, I want y'all to hear some of the things that the Commander community have been saying. When I tell you their spirits were broken, they're talking about fire this, fire that, kill this, kill that. They're talking about get rid of this, get rid of that. This person shouldn't be here, that person shouldn't be there. They were in total disgust at what they saw. Total disgust. And the best part about it is, I loved it. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I love how angry they were. I love how frustrated they were. I love how all that shit they was talking, they end up having to chew on that for a little bit. I loved it. I love how they had a moment to reflect on it. This particular person right here, I had to subscribe to his channel because I love people who just talk ball. Not a Commanders fan, but I love people who just talk ball. And this man right here did just that. He talked ball, right? I want y'all to hear from a Commander YouTuber named Rio Robinson. His own words on this game. Just hear it for yourself.
I want to know, this is on the coaching staff, but this is on the players. Bro, these players ain't good, bro. This defensive unit that we had is terrible. You know Montez Sweat, that unblockable guy in practice, in preseason, who's always getting past tackles? He doesn't sniff quarterbacks. He doesn't sniff sacks. I'm sick of, but his PFF pressure rate was this. Him and Chase get good pressure rates and their run grade. Fuck that. Look at Michael Parsons in Dallas, bruh. Look at that nigga, man. He eats. He's elite already. We still waiting on our guys to show up. We still waiting on these motherfuckers to arrive. We have 5 first-round picks in our front 7. Pain balls here and there. Jonathan Allen here and there. Had a great season last year. Jared Goff was comfortable as shit the entire fucking day.
With 3 freaking starting liners out. This is what we talking about. Next man up. It sounds funny until it really matters. With 3 starters out. Clean pocket. Dropping dimes. Shout out to Jared Goff performance. And before somebody come here, Jared Goff missed a bunch of passes. Don't worry about it. We're going to get into the bed. You're not going to like what I'm going to say. Clean pocket. The running lanes. You could have backed the whole Optimus Prime semi-truck into that mother. I mean, it was unbelievable. I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit more because he was upset.
You know what else I saw today that really fucking disturbed me? It should disturb y'all too. It should disturb y'all too. Everybody is to fucking blame. Jack Del Rio, Ron, all them motherfuckers. Scott actually called a good game, but the fucking offensive line didn't give us a chance to thrive in the first half. Carson wasn't perfect at all in the first half either. We produced nothing, but the fucking defense is the significant issue here, and it starts with fucking Jack Del Rio.
If you want to go and hear the rest of that entire podcast, please do so. It is the Rio Robinson. Beautiful, beautiful channel. He talked his talk, and believe it or not, he acted a fool about how it's the Lions. We're going to beat this. We're going to do that. I mean, he gave the Lions no chance, but he ate that crow humbly. He ate it humbly. Right? And it's absolutely nuts to do this, right? But I want you to understand something. He's right. Clean pocket. He's right. They spent all that money on the offensive line. For the people who want to say, see, Luke, this is why you're going to get offensive linemen first. Hold my beer. It gets worse, okay? Because don't play yourself. The reality is it's a team sport that's won by a team, and you have to have good play. One of the reasons that the linebackers were able to do a better job was because the D-line maintained its gap assignments. That's beautiful. Let me get into the bed. I'm finna upset a few people. The drops is starting to bother me, people. The drops from the receiving core, tight end, running back, ball carrier, referees, the dropping of the ball is becoming too much for me. DJ Chark is too good to not make that catch in double coverage when he has to step on both of them and the ball is right there. It hits him in the hands. You got to catch that. TJ Hockenson has some drops. You got to catch that. And for the people who want to say, let's write TJ Hockenson off, please miss me with that. Okay? Please miss me with that. I'm not letting Hawk walk. The same way we talking about let Hawk walk, we let Stafford walk. He a champion. Hockenson not the problem. We got to find ways to better get him schemed into the game. Yes, he got 7 targets. He caught 3. Okay. Right? Calm down. This team still need all this talent. Calm down. All right? Bad. We came out opening drive, all pass plays. Freaking hated it. But again, they adjusted. They adjusted just like I thought. They adjusted. You want to tell me how great the D-line was? Okay, well, here's a news flash. Those same stats that our D-line, a.k.a. Aiden Hutchinson, had, he finished the game with it. A little disappointed in that. He really should have had 5 sacks that game. And to all the people who told me I was unrealistic and got unrealistic expectations, and I'm not being fair for saying that Aiden Hutchinson should have 10 sacks in a 17-game season, hold my beer. He got 3 with 15 games to go. Hold my beer. The same people who had the energy to come in here and tell me, oh, you're not being fair to Aiden. Like I was asking him to do something out of his scope. Like I was asking him to do something out of his realm. He got 3 yesterday. Now you're going to tell me, don't make him get 7 more. Stop playing with me. When you set high expectations, you expect for them to be that. And the expectations were set the moment he was taken 2nd overall. If you take Devin Lloyd 2nd overall, I'm expecting to see some high impact plays from the linebacker position. If you take a quarterback 2nd overall, he might be the only one I can excuse because you can sit him. But outside of that, a running back, a receiver, a tight end, you take him 2nd overall, damn it, I got realistic expectations. Don't make sense. To the people who said it. The people who pointed it out. Oh, you're not being realistic, Luke. What do you mean? I knew what was going to happen. Tactical Puma says it was unrealistic for you to say he needed 2 sacks against Lane. I knew the quarterback was going to run. He actually grabbed the quarterback twice. I don't know when Hurts became Ben Roethlisberger, but he got him twice, and he broke out of those grabs. He should have had 2 that game. He didn't. It is what it is. Water under the bridge. But he had 3 yesterday. And now when you go through and you look at it, you want to talk about unrealistic. All I made a statement to was he should have 10 in a 17-game season. Another bad thing that I hated. At one point, we took our foot off the gas. Got a little Lex. And I know why that happened. That's because Dan Campbell decided to not embarrass the other head coach. F that. Because I can guarantee you, if that had been the other way around, they would have kept piling the points on. We got a little Lex coming out the second half. Just a little bit. I wasn't too much of a fan of it. But we got a little bit Lex. That's 100% the way it's supposed to be done. I set high expectations when the need for them to be set is there. 7 wins is not good enough. I would not accept 7 wins. Sorry. Not sorry. Not sorry. You say you're gonna bite kneecaps? Where blood comes from a bite. I need blood. And I need for them to come out and do this every game. You're going to go against a Vikings team who's going to try to get Cook started. Take him out the game and go and kill Kirk Cousins. Where is he running off to? And before people start making excuses, because we love to make excuses. We love to make excuses. Everybody loves to debate Luke in private, but I need you to debate me on here so other people can hear your argument, your grievances. I open the chat up every single time for a person to come in and call me an a-hole. The reality is, this team had some moments in that game that was not pretty. Aiden Hutchinson should have had at least 4, at the minimum, 4 sacks that game. And as many as 5. And I saw a guy who ran out of gas again down the stretch, and yes, I know he was hurt. I know it. I know he was hurt. I know he was a little tired, but there was times where people ran by him and he made no effort to run after them. That's fine. The help that they had didn't matter. There were times where we were passing a little bit too much because with a 22-point lead, I still don't know how we threw the ball as much as we did. But whatever. Thank God Ron Rivera had the audacity to go for 2 when he's down 8 points. If you take the field goal, he down 7. Right? Which is still 1 possession. And if he get the 2, he down 6, which is still 1 possession. I would never understand that call from him, but thank God he called it. He made the hole bigger for himself. Great. Then they missed a field goal. I went, great. Beginning to end dominated, love what I saw from the Lions. Love what I saw from them. But I do not want to see moments in the game where we let our foot off the gas. Crush them. Should have scored 56. Easy. I think it was 13 red zone trips. Right? Somewhere in that RAM. I could be wrong. But let's just say hypothetically it was 13. And you got 7 on all 13. That's 91 points. 56 to me seems fair. I'm just saying. I want to make sure that when it's over, it's over. Leave no doubt. Another thing I left out that was good. I don't think people were paying attention to this. By the third quarter, we were putting a lot of backups into play. I was fairly freaking shocked. I said the audacity. We can do that. We can do that. We can put backups in. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's get it. You mean to tell me you had enough points to put backups in? Excellent. The only reason I even do this is because I want people to have expectations the same as you would for your children. If you're okay with your children bringing home bad grades, bless you. I'm not. You okay with your children getting participation trophies? More power to you. I'm not. You feel just fine with the way things are going? You comfortable and content? I'm not. I want more. This right here is the equivalent to a shark's first taste of blood. I need more. You know how in the movies, when the vampire don't want to give in to his urge to drink blood and he gets that first taste? It's like sweet nectar. I want more. I want to see them come out and hit the Vikings in the face next. See, now my expectations on offense just went up. If you telling me you can put 35 points up with a makeshift offensive line, a run game that was ailing, I'm expecting for you to give me 28 against the Vikings or more. That's just the reality of it. I want more. I want to see more. I need to be more of what they gave me. I want more of that. I want the ball to be ran. I want the defense to touch people. I want a gap to be filled like I saw yesterday. I want coaching to adjust like I saw yesterday. I want special teams to play out of their mind like I saw yesterday. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was poetry in motion. They were so panicked. So panicked. Y'all know me. I give everybody a chance to come in here and talk your piece. It's Victory Monday. I ain't going to say too much bad about them, but yeah, there were some things I was disappointed with. There was. The defense still giving up too many points, in my opinion. And as much as I want to overlook it, that's the reality. The defense is still giving up too many points, in my opinion. Shout out to Adam. He said, stop yelling. I'm passionate right now. The same way you had the sunglasses on. You stop hating. Love you, Adam. But my man Anthony's in the building. What up, though?
Hey, Luke. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a Victory Monday. That's why I got everything that light touches is our kingdom. And we clearly touched the Washington Commanders on every level. Right? we clearly told them. They asked us, what the shadow we place over there? That's where we used to live. We just put the Commanders in that box. That's what we did. Right? Like, I want people to understand it. Another thing that I thought was bad with the secondary was bad in some spots, for the most part. But the one thing about the secondary that ticked me off was when they came out in the third quarter, they started giving up too many big plays. I'm not with the big plays giving up. That was not a thing for me. Tracy Walker on the season right now should have like 3 interceptions. I just need that man to focus. I don't know what we got to do to get him to focus, but I need him to focus. He should have had an interception. He should have, and it wasn't there. But what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on that game? I know you was talking. I didn't get a chance to watch our stream. I truly tried to stay away from any talk about it. I wanted my own views. I didn't want to be swayed or any form of fashion, but I definitely laughed at a few Commanders videos because they are all on the same page. Fire the coaching staff. They don't have talent. What's the point of you drafting all these high-end defensive line players and they're not doing anything? So what was your thoughts on the game? I know you had put in there that you thought I was a little bit critical, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna. I think it was appropriate.
See, Luke, that's the thing, though. We can agree to disagree, can't we, Luke? And we can do it friendly and respectfully and do it that way. I mean, no, I love this game, and for one thing, we were the better team. Washington, the Commanders fans are going off like their team's bad. It's like, no, you just came up against a better team on the day, pure and simple. Most of that game, we owned it. And the reason I maybe said you were a bit too critical about what goes on, I think we have to be realistic with what we expect from this team and the level of development and the speed of the development of this team. And I think if you look at this game as a whole, the things you've seen from this team, I think you've got a lot of development in just one single game. Now, let's look at some of the big problems this team has had for time now. Penalties. Such big problems for so long now. One penalty all game. You saw Logan Stenberg last week, false starts, putting the offense back there. Didn't have that this week. They cleaned up their act. They were aggressive, but legally aggressive. Looked a lot better. What's one thing we've not seen this team do in years? A long time. Put up points early. And I don't mean just putting up points and the other team scoring on you. They throttled another team. They got up early. They got the safety. The second the safety they got that, they punted it away. We return it, 40 yards. We put the pressure right back on them. We did not let them settle in that first half. They could get no offensive tempo going. Both sides of the ball worked in perfect harmony with one another. The defensive line, it got all the pressure last week, but it got the results that it didn't get last week. We said they just needed to fine-tune things. They did that this week. The offense looks good, crisp, clean. The running game, good. Goff, few bad passes, but for the most part, they were really good, long coordinated drives. You're 22-0 up by the half. That's great. Yes, we did start off a little slow in the third quarter, but no NFL game over 60 minutes very rarely is a complete domination. You will have moments where things go against you and the tide turns a little bit. And all it is about, how does your team respond to that adversity? Again, for years in Detroit, they've struggled. When we've been ahead, when teams have come back on us, we can't keep the scoreboard moving. We have issues with that. And it's cost us. In this game, 22 up, they get back to 22-15. Fair enough. I'm starting to twitch a little bit. And I put it on Twitter. I need to see my big playmakers stand up and do something. I want someone to take a hold of this team and say, this is my team. I'm going to drag it over the line. What happens? Amon-Ra comes up, the 54-yard jet sweep, perfect play. Gets us right down to the end zone. We get a sack. We go back a little bit. Don't know if we're going to get there. DeAndre Swift comes up with one of the biggest plays he ever has for us. On his arse, catching the ball, gets up, makes three guys miss, gets in. You didn't even think you were going to get a first down. Your top players made plays. And what did we do? We kept the scoreboard moving. When we got that touchdown in halfway through the third, the Commanders never got another shot at our lead. They scored touchdowns on us. We scored one back. This team has not done that in forever and a day. It has not kept teams at arm's length. It made Washington panic. It made them make mistakes. It played right into our hands. And these are things I've not seen this team done in a long, long, long time. Everyone on that pitch looked like they wanted to be there. Aiden Hutchinson, he's limping on one leg, for God's sake, coming back in, making plays. Jeff Okudah, he's on an IV in the physio room at the back, off it, back on the pitch, wants to be there. This is a far cry from the days of the likes of Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers, who are deciding which plays they want to play on, and then they'll half-arse their way around the field for the rest of it. Everything's changed here, and a lot of long-term problems we have on this team, you saw them solve here today. So if the price of that is for a few plays in the third, a few drives in the third, it stagnates a little bit, fine. I don't care. The positives far, far, far outweigh the negatives this week. And that's why I wanted to focus on them instead. You can't fix it all in a week, but you fixed a hell of a lot this week and you're going in the right direction.
Again, you ain't gonna get no disagreement out of me. You know what I mean? I think that the big plays were there. I'm gonna take another patty mode though. I remember having a debate with people that this team is better with DeAndre Swift as a starter. And I had to listen to people debate me and want to argue with me that that's not the case, and that, this team needs this to be here, and this team needs that to be there. It's like, come on, man. The team it's clear. It's clear as day. We're so much better with DeAndre Swift. So much. And I'm not knocking Jamal Williams, but God, you can literally set your clock to it 2-3 yards here, 2-3 yards there. The team is better. There's a lot of people who went MIA as things happen.
Did they? at the start of we got the interception. We forced the turnover there. The thing is, when the offense faltered, the defense stood up. Yes, they gave up a few plays, but the thing is, we had put ourselves in a position where we could, deal with this. We're not a team that's just going to start blowing out teams, Luke, straight away. This takes time. This takes effort.
But I'm not asking for that. What I'm asking for is this. I'm asking for a total buy-in, a total game. I saw offense perform. I saw defense perform. Special teams didn't get enough talking about on what they did. My mind was blown with how the special teams was playing. Good grief.
The thing is now, special teams is full of players who are going to contribute to this team going forward. You've got Quintus Cephas making plays, Brett Wright making plays. You've got members of the O-line in there making plays. For years, we've just had special teamers robbing a living here, giving nothing to the team in general. Now, you have a good special teams unit. But I would disagree. I think it was nigh on a complete performance. You saw a team who went up high early, were dominant in the way. And yes, in NFL games, it happens, Luke. How many times have the Lions in the second half put up chunks of points on teams and threatened to come back and stuff? Everyone can do it.
That's my problem, Anthony. I just don't let up. Not this year. Any other year, sure. This year, no. Don't let up. Because to me, I watched them get conservative, and I watched them get too conservative in that second half, particularly in that third quarter. That I said, stop this, okay? Stop this. Go and score again. Put more points on the board. They should have easily been up 30 points by half.
Okay, I'll rephrase it this way, Luke. Right now, what would you rather see this team be tested by? Do you want to see this team just blow out a team? That's great. That's fine. A blowout, but it teaches you nothing. You're dominant in a game. Or do you want to see your team tested when it's put under pressure?
I want to see you blow them out. I want to see them blow them out because let me tell you why. When you go through and you watch game, and I hate to take it to the college level, but it's just the reality. When Alabama steps on the field, they want you to know you play Alabama. You're not better than us. You're not on our level. You don't get to play with us. It's a privilege that our name is next to yours. I want the Lions to treat other teams that same way. Too long and too often, we have had to hear people talk about, the Packers are the leaders of this division, and right behind them is the Vikings, and then the Bears and the Lions. Damn that. I say you come out this time and you show them that, hey, you're going to learn that this is not the time to be playing with us. And that's all I'm asking for. I like that we played on all three phases.
Are we acting like colleges like the NFL, though? Alabama
I'm just using an example of saying that they run the score up on purpose to send a message.
I know. I get that. But again, we aren't just going to turn into a team who's going to blow out Washington this year. We're just not. We've still got some ways to go yet. The defense has some ways to go. The offense still figuring a few things out, especially with the likes of TJ and Chark and that. Still trying to get into a rhythm. We're not just going to go through a phase where we're going to blow teams out. But what I saw yesterday, a team who can respond to pressure, for me, that is a lot more valuable. Washington would, this time last year, if that had been the same one, we'd have lost that game. Team didn't have the mental fortitude or the spine to win this game. This year, its star players stood up, made plays, won the game. And now I know that my team can win in pressure situations. So when it's coming to all these teams around us who are scrapping like us later in the year when playing the Seahawks, the Jets, the Jags, I know that they have the mental fortitude to go out and win these games now. And for me, that matters just as much as a blowout. I would love to see a blowout.
Don't get me wrong. I agree with you on what you just said, right? No disagreement there. But what I'm talking about is simply this, right? Simply this. It's been a long time. With 24 games, was it 24 games the Lions have been underdogs?
Yeah.
24 straight games. Long streak, right?
Yeah.
The Lions broke so many streaks and so many things yesterday. If there's ever a chance to further push that notion, is to do something that goes above and beyond. And that's my point. I'm not saying that you're wrong. Right?
No.
Right? I'm not saying that they got to blow every team out. But what I'm saying is yesterday, they did their business. My only regret is I wanted more points. I want blood.
That's all I'm saying. I get that, Luke. I think for me, yesterday was a start. It was a start in the right direction. I mean, how often did you feel like that Washington team really threatened us yesterday? Even when it was 22-15, I'm still like, we are better than these. There might have been 3 or 4 minutes then. Outside of that, I felt comfortable all game. We were favourites for that game, and we played like favourites in that game. And like I say, when it mattered, we came up with the plays. So for me, I think that just matters a lot more at the minute than racking up a lot of points. I can get why you want more. I wanted more. We all want more.
No. When I say I wanted more earlier, I meant that I wanted more of this. I wanted more of that performance. I wanted to see that type of performance against the Vikings, against the Patriots, against the Seahawks, against the Cowboys. I want to see those type of performances. Is what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Not saying that I wanted more like, I needed more from this game. I needed them to score. Yeah, they should have scored more. Like I said, they had like 13 red zone trips. They should have scored more, right? But the reality is they did let up in the second half. What's going on, Chris Wallace? We got my man Crimson Shadow in the building. What's going on, Crimson?
I'm doing good tonight. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
What do you have for the show, man? Obviously Lions get a victory yesterday, and they did it in a stylish fashion. That's the word we use, a stylish fashion.
Do you know how much of a mind F it is for me to actually hear us break 2 records and not have the opposing team just break records on us? Do you know how weird that is for me to say that out loud?
It's about as uncomfortable as me hearing it. I'm like, that's what? Yeah, it's different.
That sounds like something I would do in Madden. Okay, that sounds like a creative player. I mean, I can't fathom it. We've got an O-line. We've got a run game. I mean, dude, yesterday I saw you dealing with trolls, like, personally, Luke, and I am so sorry you got to put up with that.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it. They're the same people who want to debate me that Jamal Williams is a starter. I mean, that DeAndre Swift was a starter last year, and I'm like, he was not the starter. Had he been the starter, we would have been so much better, and we wasn't, because when he came in, they did not use him, and when they used him, in the Bears game, he got slowed down. Of course, that's what happened to great players. When you start to play awesome, people start to take notice. They tend to focus on you, and that's the difference.
And that was the other thing. I mean, all things considered, I mean, I don't even do much YouTube, to be honest with you, and it's like even I get trolls at times. I just had a guy I had a debate with about Craig Reynolds. It's like I told the dude everything that was going to happen in this game. It's like, dude, you don't think Craig is going to run? Because he's like giving me crap because I say Craig Reynolds could be a first-string guy on another team if he wanted to be. I guess, yeah, he got his snaps. And I told him, dude, odds are if we're going to favor the pass, we're going to favor the pass. 4 touchdowns later, we favor the pass, and we ran Craig Reynolds. That's like every scenario I predicted was going to happen.
I'm just saying, I'm just pointing it out there. Chris, I see you in the back, but I got to pay bills. Give me a second. Stay just hold tight, Chris.
Peace out early. I might come in early, but wifey's calling me.
Appreciate you, sir, man. Good to see you.
Peace.
Good people, in case you did not know, I am also affiliated with Man Hour, and Man Hour has joined me in my fight against suicide prevention by creating this amazing shirt, which says, "Stay, tomorrow needs you." It's only $19.99. I know this sounds crazy. It comes in different colors. I am not asking you to spend your money, but let me just help you understand something. When you purchase this shirt, a portion of this goes towards the American Suicide Prevention Association, which actually pays for the therapy, medical bills, and different things like that for people who have attempted suicide or are thinking about suicide. And so this is a way of helping me help this fight to help people know that they matter, that they have a value here. When we say "stay, tomorrow needs you," we're saying "stay, I need you." We're saying "stay, I need you, Dad. I need you, Mom. I need you, sister. I need you, brother." Those are the people we are asking to stay. Whether they know it or not, it's a message that you can now share in. On top of that, this is brought to you by Man Hour. They are covering all 32 teams. I am the sole Lions person, so feel free to know that by supporting me, you support them, you support the Lions content. And again, this is brought to you by Man Hour. So I wanted to bring that up because I do appreciate them joining me in this fight to truly make a difference and change. For those people who don't have somebody to fight for them. Now, let me bring in my next guest. Mr. Chris Wallace. And if you don't know how to get in here, there's a link pinned up in the description. Feel free to join in and give me your take. Chris, what do you have today for the game that happened yesterday? What's going on, brother?
Man, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. You sounding good.
Yeah, I was a little happy, man. I ain't gonna say I was a little happy. I was excited, but like I was telling my neighbor yesterday, dude, I'm not that excited because honestly, that's a team I feel that we shouldn't lose to. So I'm not gonna get that happy about something that I expect. But it was nice to see them go out there, and the way I wasn't expecting them to just come out 22 zip, and I'm like, whoa. Okay, but, obviously I knew they weren't going to sustain that energy the whole time. But the one thing I did love to see them is that, and I just watched a little interview, a little post-game conference with Swift, and like he said, the fact that they came back, they came out the second half swinging and fighting or whatever, and you know what I'm saying? But they locked down when they needed to. And there's been so many times where even if we did have a lead, which most of the time we coming from behind, but when we did have leads, we blew them, and we didn't sustain or keep that same energy or hunker down defense. And they definitely did that yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, and it was to me, the excitement I get comes from the fact that you saw it on all phases. Special teams was good grief. I think they were taking 2-3 steps, getting blew up. Quintez Cephas got a good tackle. I was like, good grief.
Yeah, nice.
Right? Like you left nothing out there. There's a scene in Remember the Titans where he says, take nothing, leave no doubt, right? And they showed up and showed out. And I was so excited to see that level of consistency right there. That's nuts. And the amount of big plays that the Lions had in that game was,
oh my God, yes, was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
So again, it was a lot to love in that game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to act like, the next game, I'm expecting Amon-Ra St. Brown to have more yards. I'm not going to like the next game, I'm expecting Aiden Hutchinson to have.
No, because this is the game that's really going to see where we at. This is what matters. When it's a division game, like I told them, only games I care about out the year. It might sound crazy, but them the only games I really care about out the year is our division games.
Well, if you're trying to win a division, you definitely got to win those.
Got to win those, and that's going to see how we really stack up against, you know what I'm saying, our division. And I feel like we manifesting something that we been knew that we can be. It's just they believe in it now, and we getting the right pieces, and you know what I'm saying, the right people is stepping up to the plate, and it's just nice to see. And I want to give a shout out to that O-line and the backups, dude, because it didn't look like we had no backups out there.
No,
at all.
No, they showed up, they showed out, and the best part about it was there was a few plays where I'm looking like, dang, the line got to get some push, right? And as soon as I said that, right, it was generally it was a weird play that was called. I was just like, whatever. But the next play, it was like Moses parted the Red Sea, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I think that's one of the one play where Jamal Williams had probably his longest run in the game. It just opened up, and I'm like, where's Payne at? Where's Ellen? Right? Where's
Dude, they was literally non-existent. Like I kid you not, I forgot that they even had Payne until like the second half. I was like, oh yeah, they do got him. Wait a minute, what?
you know the thing that I have to give up to all the Washington YouTubers. Not one singular YouTuber for Washington made the following statement. Not one said this statement. If we would have had Chase Young, we would have been so much better. Not one. They were all critical that he stay hurt. They were all critical that when he's in, he's not that much of a super impact. They were very just like, look, our D-line has too many first-round picks to not be dominant. Right. And it's shameful. Because
they got to get it out the mud like we is. Honestly, one of my friends, and this is the funniest thing, dude. I was on not YouTube, but I was on Facebook just scrolling because anytime I'm watching, hometown games, I'm always talking crap on there to piss off all my Ohio friends and shit. But I'm petty, bro. I'm petty. But, you know, I seen my friend and he goes, it looked like the Lions out there playing the Lions. And I'm like, well, I mean, you got to think about it. We two teams and two, you know what I'm saying, historic teams that's just been on the rough end of things. And, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they have wonderful talent over there. You can't say that them boys can't, because they got some talent over there. They got some talent, so they not just like some bums. I mean, I'm not really, you know, sold on Carson Wentz, but then again, that ain't my problem. He's not a Lion, so
right. and again, we're not making apologies for things that we shouldn't. You know,
But I'm glad that they fan base is man enough, or you know, they understand that, you know, we ain't gonna make no excuses and they gonna call it with how they see it, you know, because at the end of the day, it's so many times where, you know, we could talk about, oh, well, if this would happen, we could have did that last game about the Eagles. Oh, well, if Reynolds would have made that catch, or if, you know, none of that matters. That's over and done with. We got this a long season. You know what I'm saying? We got 15 games to go.
And that's what it boils down to, man. I think that's where my excitement come in at. Again, to the people in the chat, the link is in the description. Feel free to jump in and talk. We ain't gonna be on too long. I know there's some football games going on right now. And so again, to the people who showed up, hit that like button. Thank you. To the people who are gonna come back, listen to the replay game. Thank you. But I'm excited for the win today. Right, but I can still be excited for the win today and understand this. And it's not just me. Dan Campbell understands this, and yes, he has to say it because he's a head coach. But if you watch his press conference, he said, "Hey, enjoy the win right now, but we got work to do. We got things that need to be cleaned up." And that's what I do. I look at the games and I go, "Where can we get better at? Where can we get better at?" Like, you know, that's just the reality of it. You know, I made a statement before that says, "Yo, don't tell me that that what you call it has zero missed assignments." I've seen him overrun plays. He's played like a rookie. Rodriguez has played like a rookie. That's fine. He'll get better. But let's not act like he's the second coming of Ray Lewis just yet. Let's just relax a little bit, right?
Right. With the overhype. That's what be killing everybody.
That's what's killing me. The overhype. Yeah. So that's what it is, man. You got anything else you want to add before I bring somebody else into the building?
No, I just want to say I was glad that I be trying to catch your show, and when I get off work, I be tired sometimes. I be beat. So
bro, you should see me. You should see me with two kids under the age of 7, and trying to go to school, work, start a business.
Oh man, trust me, I know, bro. You ain't gonna believe this, but I actually got a baby boy on the way. My fiance.
Congratulations,
getting,
man.
A deuce next Tuesday.
Well, man, you gotta come back. You gotta come back to the chat. You gotta come back to the chat on Tuesday, and you gotta let us know when the baby is here, so we can celebrate you, bro. Like that's like you don't. I'm gonna tell you this: the greatest. I've done a lot of great things in my life, right? I've had people tell me I've saved their life. I don't buy it. I simply showed up and did what I was supposed to do. But there's no greater joy. There's nothing on this planet that is greater than being a dad.
There's nothing.
Fatherhood.
It saved my life, man.
So. You know, if you don't know better, take it all in, bro. But I'm telling you, once you get the first time you hold your baby, you're gonna understand how beautiful life is in a way that is almost like you can't put words to it. It is the best thing I ever did. Like I said, that's the greatest achievement of my life. It's my boys. Appreciate you for coming through, Chris, man. Please, if you get a chance, come back through and, jump in the chat, man.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too. I mean, that's a good one. I like stuff when people come in like that. I see you in the back, Don. I mean, Anthony, you see what he say? He still's a little bit critical. I know over there you were seething. Your spirit was like, the hell with that.
Hey, it's not that I'm not being critical. Look, I'm just enjoying a win. I really enjoyed yesterday. I did our entire stream today just with the biggest smile on my face, and it was nice. This is the first time in 2 years we've been 500 in a season. It feels like we finally won a meaningful game, and I'm well aware there's still a lot to do in this team. Like you say, the secondary did get hit by some big plays. The offense did show that little period where it went through a little bit of a lackluster spell, and I do realize there are problems there. But for me, I'm looking at the main fundamental issues of this team and the big problems it's faced over the years, and I see them getting better. And for me, that's the thing I really want to see. I want to see the team at the basis level getting better and dealing with the problems it has done. And you can see the buy-in in this team. The fans have bought into this team. The players have bought into this team. I mean, like I say, how refreshing is it to see what players wanting to get on that field, make plays, work their ass off? All this is just stuff we haven't seen in a long time. And these aren't easy problems to fix, trying to get the culture right, trying to get the fans on board, trying to get out of this habit of losing games and, throwing away from winning positions and not being able to get over the hump. I see something different in this team now. I see a different mentality. I see the ability to put up points. I see the offense working more smoothly. I see the defense making clutch plays when it needs to. And, whilst I admit there are problems to work on, I think the things that we're seeing the good from far outweigh those. So just for a little while, I want to enjoy that. And then, like Dan Campbell says, we'll get back to work. We'll start cleaning up all the other issues. But week 1 to week 2 has been a massive improvement. So I will trust them to do that again against the Vikings this week.
100%. Lions Talk with Michael Mike says, Luke G, push Raw to Lions UK. These guys give up sleep for content. You know what's funny though, Mike? They have been linked on my channel since I found them. I have done nothing but push Raw to Lions UK. Yeah, I have consistently on Twitter. I make sure because I really enjoy what they do. And I told them, I said, you could have been fans of any other team. You could have picked all the teams who were winning. You chose this team. You chose this team. Something about you resonated with this team. And it's amazing at how much they know. I'm always pushing. So every video, they are linked in there. And I let people know to do it. And I tell them, man, you have to show support to this. This is something that's bigger than you could ever imagine. I mean, shoot. I mean, they were streaming, and I could be wrong about this. Correct me if I'm right or wrong, Anthony. He was doing streams, and they were still mourning the Queen. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, it was the funeral today.
Yeah, so they were still streaming. And the world stopped for the Queen. They was like, but the Lions, though, right? Hey, we gotta talk football.
Matt's on holiday at the minute, so I'm doing it all. So I gotta keep grinding. But
I totally
you've backed us since the start, Luke, and that's why I love you. You didn't have to.
You know it's all love with me.
You didn't have to give this little British Lions podcast the time of day, and you did. So we always
y'all listen. Y'all was killing them, man. Mike is in the building. Mike, give me 1 second. I got one just ahead, just a little bit. Down 19. What you got for the people, baby?
What's going on, Luke? What's going on, Anthony?
What's going on, sir?
Hey, Don.
Good victory yesterday. I like how the offensive line stepped up. My boy Skipper, I didn't know what to expect from him. I thought we was doomed when I heard the news. I think, didn't the news come out? Ragnar was out Friday.
Yeah, Ragnar was out. It was Ragnar, Big V, Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
God, I mean, just think about that, man. That's your whole interior,
bro. We cut Dan Skipper. We cut him.
right. He got emotional. He got emotional about like anything I can do, anything.
That is crazy.
He did that. He did that for the first time, playing a position he never played.
Bro, that is insane. But I do want to. I'm worried about one person though.
What's that?
And that's TJ Hawkinson. I'm worried about him.
Don't be. Listen, bro. Don't get caught up in worrying about TJ Hawkinson, right? Like, everybody expects him to be Travis Kelce. You don't need him to be Travis Kelce. You need him to be TJ Hawkinson. He still warrants attention from the other teams. He still warrants other things. But you have to also, look up at how they scheme things up for players on different teams. Some teams have phenomenal tight end play because they scheme it up for them. Hell, look at the Falcons. They got a total nightmare of a matchup over there with Pitts. But guess what? They're not scheming him into a lot of these plays, and that's the issue that comes into it. So don't get worried about them. Everybody does this. They all drop passes. Calvin Johnson drop passes. All your favorite Herman Moore. I love Herman Moore. Sorry, Herman, but you drop passes, right? You can honestly say that, right? Barry has had. Everybody's done this. Don't work. Listen. Be happy that you have a tight end that teams still respect and have to pay attention to. Because I can assure you this: if he hits the free agent market, the Packers are going to do the hardest push they can to get him, and that's where you're going to be wishing it like hell that you cap him. Just saying.
But I think we kind of got a good backup in Brock Wright. I like Brock Wright.
Okay, all right. Fall in love with him, man. I ain't gonna kill you. Fall in love with him.
I thought the secondary did okay. Deshaun Elliott gave up a couple of big ones, but I thought Kudu still looked solid. Will Harris, the one
he played better.
Yeah, he played better. I didn't see.
I give his props. He played better.
I didn't really see Derek Barnes like that.
You know what? The reality is I still don't like the way they use Derek Barnes, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think Derek Barnes is a rusher. Let him rush the quarterback, you know. And this off-ball linebacker they trying with him is not something I'm particularly a fan of, but it is what it is. He wants to get it to the quarterback.
All right, one more thought.
Go ahead,
What's your thoughts on the NFC North right now?
My thoughts is it's still a tight race. I think what you saw from the Vikings, for the Bears and Packers game, if the Packers did what I thought they would do, and the Bears did what I thought they would do. The Lions did what they were supposed to do yesterday. I think it's still a close race, but it's not going to come down until you do those head-to-head matchups. So the Lions this upcoming Sunday will have an opportunity to change their fortunes by beating a division rival. And if this is why this game is so important, is because if they beat this team on Sunday, that means the next time they play, they got to come see us in our house, and that's huge.
Right.
You know, so just putting it out there, man. All right, let me bring in my man Micro Mike in the building, who got the Swift up there. Linebackers don't matter, Mike. Remember, right?
Man, that line. Hey, I'm on my cell phone, so I don't want to be having. Okay, so yeah, linebackers do not matter at all. We don't need to get a single linebacker. What we need to do is draft interior defensive line in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh rounds. Okay, don't worry about no linebacker. We're gonna take these guys. Hey man, it's a victory Monday, dog.
It is, right? It's so scary. Like, we get to have fun and be petty because we get to be excited that our team, all three phases, beginning to end, play the game, and that's a rare thing to say, right? It's a rare thing. You know, I don't have to worry about is golf the answer. We've got to NFC Championship games with Kramer, so we will be all right. As long as you can run the ball how you did, we would be all right. And for the record, it was 191 rushing yards that game.
We're right now, I think we're number 3 in the NFL in rushing. That is awesome. When is the last time you could say that? We've talked about this endlessly of having a team that could run the football at some point. I mean, we just never had it. We're 20th right now in passing. I'm perfectly fine with it. Right now, we're number 1 in scoring. Like, this is an amazing, but this is exactly what I expected, and I think a lot of people should have expected this. If you've been to training camp and you've seen this offense, they're on all cylinders right now. I mean, these guys are lightning it. And wait till Jameson Williams comes in the lineup. Play action, dog. It's over, man, because everyone's going to bite on the swift run. Play action, deep pass. Hey, good luck. But, you know, we got some issues on this team, but you want to know what? So does every other team right now, unless you're the Bills or a team like that. So I'm pretty happy.
I mean, look at the company that DeAndre Swift is in. But you talk about, you know, I've had people tell me that, oh, he can't carry the load, he's not a 3-down back, and all this other stuff, blah blah blah, right?
I seen him. Hey, I talked to him when. Oh, let me mute this really quick. Watch the football game. I talked to him at training camp, and I looked at him. I say, "Dog, you know, you're going to the Pro Bowl." I should have said you should go into All-Pro. He started laughing. He's like, don't play. I was like, nah, you going to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, he going to the Pro Bowl, dog.
Listen,
this dude, he keeps it up, is over.
At this rate, listen, like I said, I watched little details very hard, Mike. And the first thing that jumped out to me was when they called play action with him, they bit hard. Like the touchdown that went to Reynolds, I believe was a play action, and they bit hard.
Dude, he had no one around him for 10 yards. When's the last time you seen that? Because we've never had a running game. We've never had a game that people actually dedicate players to stopping the run. I think the last time was Job at Best, but he was injured in week 5 when we went 5-0.
Correct.
This offense is scary. Like this, and what's good is, say Swift is injured. Well, guess what? You got a Craig Reynolds. He can hold the fort down, I think. You got Justin Jackson in there. And Jamal Williams, look, he did 4 yards of carry. He's not Swift, but dang, we're still running the football. Why? Because these holes are so big. Like, you could throw a hot dog down a hallway with these holes. That's exactly what it is.
I don't know why I saw where you was going with that. I'm like, I see where he's going with this, but I'm
you know where it's going.
We're going.
You know
there.
Mike Luke. You know him.
It's my strong.
Use my strong hand.
Luke, 10 times the feeling when you become a grandpa. Oh, I'm not there yet. Listen, Lord willing, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's being a dad is so serious, and it's so funny especially when your kids do things that you do, and you're like, "What the hell was that?" And you get to think to yourself, "He got it from me. Okay, that's my fault. That's on me, right?" So that it's a great feeling, man. It's 100% a great feeling. Again, to the guy I was playing, who I thought did a phenomenal job breaking down the game, and his team was Rio Robinson, who talks all things Washington Commanders. Check him out. D-Map Zoom, let me bring him in, man. I want to get a few more people in here before we get up out of here. D-Map Zoom in the building. What's going on?
Hey, Luke, I'm a head out, Luke.
Okay, go ahead, Don. I appreciate you for coming through, brother, for real.
Y'all have a good
one. Hey, Dostradamus is a G, man.
My boy, money.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at D-Map Zoom. You there? Oh no, the connection there. I'll give him a minute to get it together. All right. Now, before we get to the final thoughts, man, I do want to point this out. You got to give a game ball out. You got to give it out to one person and one person only. Okay. Anthony, who you giving your game ball to? You give one person, not two, not 1.5, not a possible one.
I give it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. I said that when the Commanders were coming back, it was 22-15. Someone needed to stand up and create a moment of inspiration to get this team over the line. That jet sweep with him, he pulled out the play when we needed him to. Everything changed on that play in this game. So I give it to him. I could quite easily give it to 10 others, and I feel really bad that I'm not. But for me, you're talking pivotal parts. He was the guy who got us over the hump. So he gets it.
Okay, that's fair. Well, who are you giving that game ball to, Mike? You get one person, Mike. Don't have me throwing no flags on the play.
Dang, I was hoping 53 there. Look, man, I'm a softie. I am very much a softie at heart. And when I watched Hard Knocks and I seen Skipper, what did I do? Did I not do enough to make this team? And he was in tears. It tugged at my heart. So in him there, he gets the start, does a phenomenal job. Then the team's cheering his name, Skip, Skip, Skip. It made me tear up for joy. So I'm giving the game ball to Dan Skipper, showing up when we needed somebody to show up. And this dude has been trying for years to make an impact for a team. And he finally did it in the most time that we needed it to happen. So a huge shout out to Dan Skipper, man. And I hope nothing but the best for him going forward.
Now, let me ask a question because Mike, me and you on the same page, ironically, and it is funny. Mike, the runs, all the big runs, and I could be wrong about this, they came on Dan Skip's side, and that's a position he never played.
Yes, he never played it. He's 6'9". He's the tallest guard in the NFL.
so I'm with you. He gets my game ball. But I appreciate you, man. We got two people coming in. I'm gonna get them to get in here. We got my man Mars is landing in the building. What's going on, Mars?
What up, though? What up, though?
What's going on, Mars? You outside here? The crickets? They trying to let you know that you still. What's going on?
Oh yeah, I'm still out here, man.
I ain't mad at you, man. What you got for us today on Victory Monday?
You know how it is in the D.
Yes, sir.
It's Mars, dog.
What up, though, Mike? How you doing, my baby?
What's up, Mars, man? It's been a minute, dog.
It's been a minute. I've been keeping up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I love it when we can all connect, man. Mars has 100% been supporting me. Mars will tell you he chewed me a new one about Matt Patricia. I mean, he sent me message and text message.
I did, but you know what? Fat boy wasn't right for us though.
No,
you know
he
wasn't. Fat boy wasn't right for us.
He ain't right for nobody.
He ain't, man. I don't even see how the Patriots took him back.
Hey, cause they need a successor and they gonna make him it. But what do you got for us, man, on Victory Monday?
Man, I just want to say, man, don't it feel good to be a Lion fan?
It do. Today it do.
Hell yeah.
It feels great. Even though it wasn't perfect like how we wanted to be, but we had a damn good game and it feels really fucking good to be a Lions fan, man.
It do. And it's shocking when you see how they did it in the fashion in which they did it. That's where it gets more intriguing.
Aiden was out there looking like a Detroiter, like a real Detroiter, man. He was out there looking like he came from 7 Mile or something.
Good night, son.
He's running for the police.
He was running from the police, and the only way he can get home is hitting that quarterback, boy.
Did he jump a few fences? I mean, did he just
clear the jumped a few fences? Okay. He even burnt a couple dogs.
You know what I'm saying? My God. Listen, I mean, it's a good feeling to have, and I think it's something that we should embrace. Like I said, we get to be happy when we want to be happy, and we get to be critical when we need to be critical. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, and I think that the Lions just did something that was so shocking and so out of the box that we couldn't believe it, and so it's exciting to see. I want to get one more person in here before we get up out of here because I know at 8:30.
I'm gonna get up out of here because I'm still out here. You know what I'm saying, moving around. But I just wanted to let y'all know, man. I love the show. I love Luke G. You know how me and you is. We rock harder than cut off stockings. But
hey, I love that one. I love that one. Go ahead, talk your talk.
And Mike, you my man's and the guy from London. I ain't talked to you much, but I keep an eye on you, man. I listen to you. You a smart guy, man. You know what you're talking about.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to say good night to everybody because I'm gonna make my moves and I'm about to get in the crib with my kids.
Hey, salute to parenthood, brother.
Man,
take it easy, dog.
Detroit, one nation forever, bro.
Hey, DVE, baby.
Amen.
Detroit versus everybody.
You already know.
One pride, dog.
One pride.
All right, last person coming in with the building. We're gonna bring him in is my man 9 Drinks, and then we're going to the final thoughts. 9 Drinks, what you got for the show today, brother?
Hey, I just want to say I watch you, Luke, I watch him, and I love Micro Mike. But if I was to give a team ball out, it would have to go to both trenches, and that would be a lot of balls.
Listen, I appreciate all the support you give 9 Drinks. You always showing up, having fun. You interactive in the back, and you always, knowledgeable. You ain't got no problem telling somebody to shut the hell up. I appreciate that, right?
He's a real one, dog. He's always, he's everywhere, man. Repping Detroit, repping our channels, man. I love this guy, man.
So just love and support. I do want to get into final thoughts because I can hear my youngest one. He's starting to riot right now. He's not having this bad time and without seeing his dad. So we definitely got to get into final thought before he decides to bum rush the studio and dad. Right?
He got 8 Hutchinson sack you, dog.
So what we'll do is 9 Drinks. We start off with you, man. Give us your final thoughts for the show on Victory Monday.
And my final thoughts are, I think all 3 guys on here right now are great. My only child is 16, and I know my daughter's 16, so they're both from about the same town. So once we move back up to Michigan from Florida, we'll see.
Listen,
man, I wish I was in Florida, dog.
Listen, when I tell you parenthood is awesome, it's awesome. Mike, man, I know you was. I don't know what happened with your thing with the Washington guy. Did you do it or it didn't happen?
Yeah, I did it really quick, and he just wanted to talk about the Lions and stuff like that, and the game. And I just said it's kind of what I expected. You know, they're a little upset that our offense put up that many points. I'm like, it's not that. Like, it's seriously, we got a good offense.
Right, it's not.
Don't take it personal.
It's not shocking.
It's not shocking. Yeah.
They was more upset at the rushing attack of Gibson. They felt like Gibson was not. He's not explosive, and I've heard them many times say we need a running back similar to Swift, who's explosive, and they just, I'm like, damn, they already don't toss Gibson to the side, so it's kind of a little bit of a rush. But give the people your final thoughts, man.
No matter what, folks, you got to subscribe to Roar the Lions UK, Anthony, those guys over there. Folks, you got to understand that the time difference, he is way late at night over there for him. These guys be doing it without sleep. We got to get these guys to 1,000 subscribers. They're working really hard. They're putting out fire content. I mean, they're getting details on college prospects, in which I love. That's one of my things. Make sure you subscribe to these guys. They're working their freaking asses off.
100%, man. It's so crazy because people don't realize this, but watch this. I'm going to show y'all how nuts this is. Anthony, what time is it where you at right now?
1:30 a.m.
You know what I'm doing at
1:30?
Sleeping. I'm getting real acquainted with my eyelids.
Hey, man, remember when I first started getting on? I'll be sleeping by 8:30, dog.
I mean, what? And he's showing up on everything. So much love and support to him. Give the people your final thoughts, Anthony.
Well, I would just say the same back at Mike. I really appreciate it, Mike. You are the gold standard of doing this sort of stuff, and you're just far, far too kind to us here. We mere mortals could hold a candle up to you, but thank you. I really appreciate it. And appreciate you, Luke, Drinks, all of you who I get to do this with. It's such great fun doing these shows, and it's even greater when we all get to celebrate a victory Monday. Everything is just better, isn't it? You can a lot more happy thoughts. The chat's better. You just smile. I love it. So just for one pride to all of you, enjoy this week. Enjoy the hell out of it, and hopefully, let's hope this is the start of many. I'm really looking forward to the game on Sunday with Minnesota. So, yeah,
100%.
Facts,
100%, man. All right, people,
let's beat that ass.
I got on here kind of quickly. I'm going to be very critical tomorrow. I enjoyed the win today, but understand it's back to business as usual, and I'm totally in preparation for what needs to happen versus the Vikings, and we'll get into that throughout the week. I'm working my butt off to try to get more time and freedom so I can do this more often. It's more challenging than I thought, but hey, it is what it is. Today's positive quote comes from a Greek philosopher, I believe it was, that I read. But he says, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once amongst the things you only hoped for. Ooh. This hits different for me. This touches me in a different way because too often I find myself doing that exact same thing, worrying about what I don't have versus about when I was at a point that I didn't have. If I put my story in a book, it'll be a bestseller. And many of you have similar stories. Many of you have worked your way through some things that only you can tell that story, that only you could have worked through. Don't get caught up in looking at what you don't have. Look at what you've already obtained and achieved. Some of us get caught up in the fact that we didn't complete a certain task. Yeah, that sucks. But what you have is the ability to turn around and simply do something different. Do not get caught up and trapped in the ideas of, well, I didn't get this done and I didn't get that and I wanted this and I wanted that. Simply look at what you got done, what you do have, what you achieve and brought to your life, and find in your heart the ability to forgive yourself for the things you didn't do, because there's still time to get them done. And if you're anything like me, it will get done. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. You gotta subscribe to my man's Anthony and Roar the Lions UK. Him and Matt be over there. Po Matt sometimes. I feel like Anthony don't be giving Matt no room for error. no room for error. Him, Po Ryan be over there looking like I'm just here so I don't get fined. It's a beautiful thing to see. So make sure you show love and support. And again, if you have not done so, and you want to help me in this fight against suicide prevention, and you want to also do it where you can send a message and things, then think about purchasing one of these awesome shirts. Stay Tomorrow Needs You. The proceeds, part of the proceeds, do go to the National Suicide Prevention Association, which helps with therapy expenses and a host of other things. So if you're down to join me on this fight, please do so and show support. That's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. It's Victory Monday. I believe it or not, I reeled back a lot of my patty. Okay, so y'all should be thankful. But tomorrow the patty is back. So get ready for it. And you know me, I can't end the show no other way than to say, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.
Use my strong hand.